Have you ever wondered why some customer service chatbots are just brilliant and others feel like you're talking to a brick wall? Well, it turns out there's a secret. And according to a new study, it all comes down to how we talk to the AI in the first place. Let's get into it.
We've all been there, right? You're stuck in that frustrating loop, just typing "speak to a human" over and over again. It's a universal feeling. But what if I told you that chatbot itself isn't always the one to blame?
You see, the real key to making these bots smarter isn't just about throwing more powerful AI at the problem. It's about giving them more thoughtful instructions. It all boils down to this thing called prompting, which is basically the art of telling the AI exactly what you want it to do. Now, before we jump into the solution, we need to understand the problem. And believe me, the stakes for getting automated customer service right are incredibly high. A bad chatbot isn't just a minor annoyance. It can be a huge problem for a business.
Just think about this for a second. According to American Express, about a third of customers say they'll consider switching companies after just one single bad service experience. So that one frustrating chat isn't just a headache. It could be a lost customer. The pressure is on. So here's the big idea. If a chatbot is failing, it might just be because we've given it bad directions. You know, the quality of what comes out is directly tied to the quality of what goes in. It all starts with the prompt.
And that brings us right to the heart of this study. Researchers had a big question. Could different ways of instructing or prompting an AI totally change how good it is at customer service? So they put 3 different techniques to the test.
First up, we have what's called zero-shot prompting. This is the most basic, no-frills method. You just ask the AI a direct question. Think, what are your store hours? No context, no examples, just a simple command. It's super fast, but as we're about to see, it's also pretty limited.
Okay, next level up. Few-shot prompting. This is where things get a little smarter. Instead of just firing off a question, you give the AI a bit more guidance. You show it a few examples of what a good question and a good answer look like. It helps the bot get the right tone and, use the right kind of logic.
And finally, we've got the heavy hitter they tested, chain of thought prompting. This one is really cool. Instead of just asking for the final answer, you tell the AI to think step by step. You're literally forcing it to reason its way through the problem, breaking it down into smaller chunks before it gives you a solution.
So with these 3 different methods, the researchers set up this absolutely brilliant experiment. They basically created a chatbot showdown to see which prompting style would come out on top in a real-world customer service scenario. Here's the play-by-play. They started with 15 real, complicated questions that actual tourists asked the Visit Helsinki tourism office. Then they built 3 chatbots. Chatbot A used that basic zero-shot method, B used few-shot, and C got the advanced chain of thought instructions. And then they had experts score every single answer.
And they weren't just judging if the answers were correct. They were looking at these 4 key qualities. Did it feel personal? Was the bot polite? Did it actually answer the question you asked? And was it effective? Like, did it go the extra mile?
Okay, so the stage is set, the chatbots are ready, and the judges have their scorecards. It's time to see how this all played out.
Let's look at an actual example. When someone asked about a birthday party, even the simplest chatbot, Chatbot A, managed to add this nice personal touch. It goes to show that even basic prompting can sometimes give you these surprisingly human-like moments. But consistency is another story.
And here's another great example of the bot being proactive. It didn't just give the information it was asked for, it anticipated what the user might need to know next. Now that is a sign of great service. And as we're about to see, some of these prompting techniques are way better at delivering it than others.
Okay, here it is, the final scoreboard. And what's really fascinating is that all 3 chatbots were excellent at just being responsive. They all answered the basic question. But look at the difference in the soft skills. Chatbot C, the one using chain of thought, was just so much better at being polite and personal.
This chart really tells the story. It shows the total number of positive service qualities found in the answers from each bot. And the difference is just stark. Chatbot C's answers were way more comprehensive, way more helpful. It wasn't just spitting out facts, it was providing a genuinely good service experience.
So yeah, the results are in, and it's not even close. The winner, by a long shot, was the chatbot that was told to think step by step. By forcing the AI to reason things out, the researchers unlocked a whole new level of service quality, especially when it came to those tricky soft skills like politeness and personalization.
Now, this is way more than just a cool academic study. These findings have huge, real-world implications for any company that's using AI. So, what's the big takeaway from all this?
Well, the biggest lesson here is that better AI doesn't always come from bigger, more powerful models. It comes from giving smarter instructions. It's all about matching the complexity of your prompt to the complexity of the customer's problem. For simple FAQs, a basic prompt is fine. But for those really tricky, nuanced issues where customer happiness is on the line, teaching the AI to think step by step makes all the difference. We're moving from programming to coaching.
And that really leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to chew on. This study proves we can actually engineer AI to be more polite, more personal, more human. So as these systems get better and better at those soft skills we thought were uniquely ours, what does that mean for the future of customer service and for the role that real human connection plays in it all?